Alright, so people are asking me to clarify what I think the timeline stuff means. So let's say that you are represented by this point. You would have, from the time that you first meet God, a linear perception of time, and this would be perspectival or perceptual time. And it just follows these dots here. And this is just events in sequence as you perceive them. Now, they don't have to map directly onto a timeline. Time travel would probably be possible here. But let's see what would happen if I were to spin this way and integrate this entire timeline, which can be infinite, by the way. It can be infinite going both ways. So that, I'm going to say this is t infinity dot t negative infinity. So now we have this here is a set of all times t that are our perceptual times. So then, let's say that we had some other being who's going along sets of times as what it perceives as time. So this being, instead of perceiving time the way that we do, it would perceive linear sets of time, including ours. Ours would be but one small moment. Our past, present, and future would all be present to this being. In my understanding, in my opinion, this is what God's time would be like for us in Latter-day Saint theology. Because, as you see, now the being is perceiving whole chunks at once. It still perceives events in sequence, so it still is a being that exists in some form of time. But, as you can see, it's different categorically from the time that we experience. And so if we were to then eventually leave this timeline, or have our consciousness extend past it, we could then go and experience more time than just this, and start to perceive sets of times like this. At which point, God would be experiencing sets of times, and so on ad infinitum. That's kind of how I see it. So, in terms of the three arrows of time, this arrow here is perceptual time, and then it is tied to entropic time when we enter into this world with the fall. And then we can leave it through salvation and exaltation. And God is outside of our time. He's in a cosmological arrow of time. So this is entropic, this is cosmological, and as you can see, it's continuously expanding as he has more children who become like he is. And that's kind of my view on the Latter-day Saint perspective on time. And this is just kind of my opinion and framework that I've kind of just made up. But how this ties into the retrocausality bit is, let's say that this agent here, this agent God, is offering us an opportunity to repent or to change something in the past. Well, this agent is outside of our sequence and can make it so that our lived present, our living present, is different from our lived past. So that would mean that God would change it so that our living past, as Elder Gong said, would actually follow this trajectory, whereas our lived past follows this trajectory. And that would allow us to then expand our view towards salvation and exaltation, and we would not be able to do that without the atonement of Jesus Christ. Anywho, those are my silly cosmological speculations. Best of luck. If you have any questions, have at it.